Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. And if you got that in real life, that's the thing that I loved about this game, and I still love about this game, is that essence of agriculture is what they've managed to capture. Despite so many little niggling problems that so many people have, and yes, there are issues throughout the game, they still have that underlying basic essence of this is agriculture. Nothing is set in stone. Adapt and overcome. And that's what you do. And that's what I love about it. That's what gets me. You know, everybody starts to burn out on games. Everybody starts to burn out on just about anything. And when I start to burn out on it, that's the thing that always ends up pulling me back, is I just step back and I look and I think, well, what do I need to do to just turn this game back into my game rather than someone else's game? What do I need to do to make this about me rather than about anything or anyone else? Because that's what I need. That's what I need. If I'm starting to get a bit burned out, I need to come back with a fresh take and make this game about me and make this my game rather than a soulless game with no style and anything. And that's what I'm aiming to do here. I'm aiming to try with this series to show you exactly what really captured me that first time when, well, actually it was the second time, because the first time I looked at the game and I tried it for about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and I thought, you're having a laugh, son, aren't you? You seriously? I have just, that's 15 minutes actually, it's more than that, because I had to download the thing. I had to download this monstrosity in the first place. That is an hour of my life minimum that I will never get back. Thanks. Appreciate that. I want my life back and I'm never getting it, am I? Right, why did you do that? Why did you do that? I want you to go there and start. There. Go from that point. Right. Anyway, so yeah, the first time it did that, but the second time, that's what got me. I seen this and it was just wow. There was definite wow factor involved when I got into this game, and this is what I'm trying to bring to you and sort of demonstrate what I did to like push it. And I did it all on this map. I never played any other map in FS13 at all. It was all done on this one map. Right, we got our soil composition over here. Fertilizer, I'm pretty certain only used to be one coat of fertilizer. I don't know if you had the option to go with 3 coats. I think 3 coats of fertilizer was added in FS15, because that's also when they added the oilseed radishes, I think. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. Here we have to have 2 stages, so we're going to need to get a second round of fertilizer over there, but we've got to wait for a growth stage to happen before we can do that. Then the field is ready. We're not ploughing, we're not liming. Those 2 options have been switched off. Ploughing, lime, that's all off. Weeds are off. We don't want to worry about any of those, because they weren't things that were needed in FS13 to make any of it work. So we're not going to worry about any of it in this. That's not a concern. We will leave the fertilizer in here. We'll leave the fertilizer on this tractor. That can go and be put back in the shed. Actually, I'll tell you what. We probably won't even bother with that. We will just start speeding up time, and we'll wait eagerly on the edge of the field until it has grown a little bit. We'll wait over here. Switch you off a second, and I'll take you, and I'll leave the cover off, but what we're going to do is we're going to go and put this one in the shed, and this trailer is going to go over here and go into the shed. So the only other thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to, yep, see, this one will come in around here. I started doing road trains very early on when I realized that I could put a couple of these trailers together. Fell in love with that big time, so I used to run lots of road trains everywhere. I used to love that, so I'd stick them in that shed over there because we had room to turn them around. I wonder if we ought to get a pressure washer and just clean these off and then get rid of the pressure washer immediately afterwards. Because I've got no dirt now. So none of the new stuff should accumulate dirt. Well, we'll leave it like it is, and then we'll worry about the new stuff accumulating dirt later. Right, we'll see if it still does or it doesn't accumulate dirt. We can start driving this one back. So that one will be ready for starting our harvest. The only other thing we're going to want is a forage wagon. Now, the base game forage wagons, you no longer have the small forage wagon that we used to get in FS13. It was an old style forage wagon. The smallest one you get now is a big, powerful forage wagon. I don't want that one. I'm not going to do baling. Not going to go picking stuff up with bales at the moment. I didn't used to. In FS13, I didn't actually do bale. I did a little tiny bit of baling because you did have a bale collector. Oh, that's already gone and grown at a growth stage, so we can slow that down. Didn't have a bale. They did have a bale collector, so I did do a little bit. I didn't used to manually handle bales. I didn't like doing that at all. But I didn't really do that. I tried to avoid doing bales unless I absolutely needed them for the cattle. Right up until I found my first, first auto-load trailer. There was an auto-load pack that I found, and it was absolutely wonderful. I could auto-load the bales and just run around the field with these. I had a road train. It was a double trailer. And it was great. I could go and put a whole load of bales onto that, and then I could rush around the fields, and I could gather everything up, and it was just perfect. There was nothing finer than racing around the fields with an auto-load trailer. So then what I did was I had wheat, and because I used to chop all the straw. I don't know if you could actually physically chop the straw, or if you just left the lines in the fields and went along and then just ploughed them over, or if you did actually chop them. I think you did have the choice of being able to chop the straw. I think you did. So, yeah, see, he's getting to there, and then he's stopping. It's because of where that tree is. Go on a bit further. He is going to eventually... That tree right there is causing him all sorts of issues. Well, both of these trees are. Doesn't like either of them. We'll be getting rid of them. We will be cutting them down. That's going to be this. The whole time I played FS13, I dreamed of the day I'd be able to cut down those trees. There is no way I am not cutting down those trees. That is something that is absolutely 100% going to happen. There is no way that it is not. Now, what I'm doing at the moment, you may wonder why I'm driving back up across the field. It's because we've got this little bit over here. So I'm going to drive where we did the plow line all the way down. There is also a bit that we've missed over here because he was being a little bit strange. So I'm going to go back over and just get that bit right there, like that. And then I'm going to go over to this side of the field, and we're going to go up through, and we're going to get that bit. And later, when we can afford a stump grinder, we will cut down those trees, and we will go through and we'll take those and we will sell them. I'm not planning to do very much in the way of forestry on here, because forestry was not something that happened in this game. You didn't have any forestry at all. I was actually thinking that I might just use the Bruck's Daddy wood chipper thing and chip the trees up and then just get rid of them and not make any money at all from getting rid of the trees. That I'd be quite happy to do. So that one I may leave open to everybody to tell me what to do. I'm not sure at the moment. I may have already decided what to do by the time I get to it. I might jump onto Discord and say, look, do you think I should get rid of these trees or not? I don't know yet. I don't know how we're going to do that. But we'll see. Once this second round of fertilizer has been done now, we've just got this little bit to do in the middle. That's it. That field is then done. We've done everything that we want to do here. And all we got to do then is wait for the crop. So let me just make sure that he gets to the right place on here. He's lining up, but you know he's going to go forward a bit because of the tree over there. Instead of starting where he's supposed to. So we'll let him... Now he's doing what he needs to do. So we can have a look in here. And go to the forage wagons. If I can find them. There we go. Loading wagons right there. That one... There used to be a much smaller one than that available. And it was about $25,000. Euros. And it looked like that one. It was a lot more like that one. Like an older fashioned one. I think that is the only one that I've got available at the moment. Yeah, it looked like that. That's basically what you had. So this is the one that we're going to end up buying. We got manufacturer Krone, red, old. Oh, I see. You got the new design for Krone, and you got the old design for Krone. You got Krone green. Class black. Oh, it's black on there. The Sprint 445. Class red. Deutz, Mengel, Pottinger. It used to be a Pottinger one, didn't it? I think. Steyer, Gruber, Trumag. Now, we used to have the farm that I grew up on, or the farm that until I turned like 9, I think. We had a class machine. Deutz. Krone. Well, where's your class red? Your class green. That ain't class green. Oh, there. Right, class green on there. So your class was green and red, wasn't it? It wasn't like that. Something like this. Class red. Yeah, with the white. That's what it looked like that. Pretty much. And then you got different designs on the front. Oh, no, you got designs on the back. Sorry, you got rollers here. Dosing rollers and pickup roller. You got all sorts. Okay, there's a lot of options on this. I like that. Grids. Alright. Yeah, you got different colours for your grids over there as well. Equipment. Wooden sides. Swept back like that. That one's swept back. What's the... Oh, that's changed colour on the front there. Design 5. That's another colour change. Design 7. That's a really old looking one, that is. We didn't have anything like that. Ours looked like this. That's pretty much what our machine looked like, I think. I mean, there's a good way that we can find out what the proper class colours are, is if we go into here, and we go into tractors, like this, we can go to the actual tractors, right there, and it is white with the green with the red. Anyway, we'll deal with that later on when we actually want it. You've finished what you need to do, so we'll get you back to the yard. And all we got to do now is wait for our first harvest to be ready to harvest, and then we can deal with the rest of it afterwards. Back to the yard, and we will get it put away into the shed, and I think that is everything that we need to worry about. And if you have a look at the other machinery, it's looking nice and clean now. It's because I've started a new recording session, so all of the... I've exited the game and I've come back in, so all of the dirt that was on the machinery is now gone because we're no longer using dirt on here at all. But the requirement in there for ploughing hasn't gone away. However, I'm hoping that because we've got the periodic ploughing required and lime required turned off, it should, whether or not you need to spread lime periodically to keep yield high. So it shouldn't make any difference to the yield by changing that bit over. That should make no difference whatsoever. The other thing that I have got is I've got a trailer pack in here that was made for me by Duckzorly. I've used it on the stream a little bit, and at the moment I've only got one graphics option on it, which is a new graphics option that he has created for me, which is a bit different to the one that we've seen in the stream. Frithgar, trashing tractors and trees, and courseplay, always, which I think is absolutely brilliant. I love this. It's absolutely fantastic. But there is another one that he did. There was another graphic that was first shown in the live stream, but that's not on this pack. So I'll have to get the file for that one, and we've got the two different options will be in here. This trailer takes 260,000 litres, which is about the kind of size that I would be going for with road train configurations for my game on here anyway. So I'm thinking that I will probably go for that. Graphics, there we go. You got it's just shrunk down. And I'm thinking what I'll probably do is I'll have the graphics for the other one for this trailer, and then the other trailer that we're running would be standard. That's if I use that configuration, the A trailer one. I might do two of those and have a dolly in the middle. I'm not quite sure yet. There's also a truck that goes with it, which is here, the Frith cab, right there. And if we go to... Wait, cab config, black bonnet. There we go. He's got my logo on the side. He's got Frith Ginger written down the side of the truck on there. Absolutely brilliant. That is really awesome. So anyway, that's the truck that was made for me by Duckzorly. And, oh, there's another mod as well I wanted to show you. And that one is under Mowers. Now, the Profi Hopper is one that was available in this game. And you used to get the Profi Hopper fairly early on. But here's another one. There's the Climber 10. Unfortunately, it's only got a 25-litre capacity, which I didn't realise. So it's mostly for mowing the grass rather than doing anything else. Oh. It's saying 25-litre fuel capacity. I don't think that one can even be used for mowing, for like gathering up grass. What we used to do is we'd have that one and then mow a bit of grass and use that to like earn a little bit of extra money in the game. So if you wanted to just get a little bit of extra, but the grass didn't grow everywhere. There was only, like, grass only grew in certain places. So I don't remember if I think there was grass here. And one of the things that used to do to start off with was you'd get a mower and mow around the edges of the fields in order to be able to earn a little bit of extra money. So I want to have a look here and I want to see if we can, look, 174 per 1,000 litres, or at the transport company, we can also sell it. The map used to have a whole load of tip points on it, which were tip points. We've got the vegetable warehouse, the spinnery. We used to have like extra tip points where you could just go and tip grass and you'd get money from those. Transport companies all the way down there. That's where we can also sell grass. The barn. Wait, what? Why is the barn not at the farm? What? That's just wrong on so many levels. The barn, which is where we sell bales, is not supposed to be down there. The barn where we sell bales always was right here. This was the building that you sold the bales at. Right? You sold bales right here. This bit right here. We're going to have to go for a travel. I haven't started fast-forwarding time yet because I want to be having a little look around the map. So we're going to run over here. This, apparently, is where we sell our bales. I would assume it's right in front of there, where we just drive our bales right through here and we sell them. Now, that's great and all, and it is slightly more realistic than the old version, but it's still wrong. It's still absolutely wrong, because that's not where we sold the bales. We sold the bales at the farm. There's got to be a way around. I didn't even realize this was a thing. This is terrible. Let's have a look in Miscellaneous a second. What do we got? I got a bale sell point right here. I got that bale sell point. So we do have ways round this. That's 20 grand to get a bale sell point. Bale sale point double. Let me have a look at that a minute. So that's the size of it. Let's go back up to our farm, shall we? I'm going to drive back up here and then back over this way. Right, here is the farm. So that's the size of the barn we're looking at to be able to sell bales. Right, that's the double one right there. And sell point long there, that's kind of the size of that one. The sell point is you've got to drive through the shed to be able to reach that sell point. And then you've got the small sell point here. That's about the size of that one. Now, it's not quite the same as the barn that we've got there, but it's not far off, is it? So that's a possibility. We could do that. We could add in a bale sell point right there at the farm where it's supposed to be. That is, well, you are supposed to have a bale sell point. Baler's Barn Deluxe right here. Nice clean barn. Works as a selling point for straw, grass, hay and silage. The building is fitted with automatic lighting inside and out. That one I think you're going to have to drive through. That's the FS17 barn for selling stuff. But it does look like the sell point is available outside of it. So I could... if I press E and then Control... No, Control... No, C to snap to grid. There we go. Snap to grid like that. So that I would get it exactly lined up. Oh, I see. Right, look. It's got a sell point front and back. Sell point front and back. Can't be placed here. So we'd be able to use that one. Does it matter which way round it is? I'm looking at this thing. I'm looking at this barn. That's got to be the back of the barn there, isn't it? Although, I mean, I think really it would want to go that way round. But that does sort of, to me, that looks like the back of the barn. The bit where it sort of sticks out a bit there, that looks like the front. So maybe that should go in there. That one's 50 grand. And then we've got the tomato greenhouses. We've got the wind turbines, things like that. I don't mind spending a bit of money on this in the game. You know, just to get a little upgrade. Garage, let's have a look in here. And right, well, I've got a number of items here that I can sell, including the farm... Oh! Farm garage. Decorative object. Of course, that's the garage. That's got to be... Right, we've got a seed point and we've got a fertilizer point. We've got things like that. So I could go and sell all those. But this... No, that's not the one. We want to just jump over to here. So let's take you a second. And... Oh, by the way, from what I've heard in comments, the Bureau was one of the first tractors that we started with, and I think I said previously that I didn't think that it was one of the tractors we started with. Now, it said farm garage. Is this actually a farm garage here anywhere? If I jump off here, can I use anything? Looking around, I think this one is purely 100% a decorative object. I don't think there is anything there that I can do. So what we will do, we do need to have a garage. I don't think we can get rid of the requirement for machinery to need to be repaired. I don't think the repairing of machinery is an option we can get rid of. That wasn't in there. But then there was a lot of mods that people had to have that one coming in. So we won't worry about that one for a minute. We'll leave that one. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go into here. And one thing that I do like, actually, is the fact that... well, we got the liquid... fertilizer points. You got that. Oh, just farm garage because it's farm shed. That's why. There's not a lot of money able to come back from selling any of these items. Right? You really don't have very much money able to come back from them, and a lot of them, like that one, are zero money. And all of the machinery that I had to start with, the original lineup of starting machinery that the map came with, they were all zero as well. Now, I don't remember if we did actually have I think we had chickens, but I don't completely remember if we had chickens or not. on the FS13 map. There weren't chickens you could interact with, but I got a feeling there were chickens there making a bit of noise in the background. We're going to get rid of this one. That one is going to go. Yes, sell that farm garage. Right, that one's now gone. So then I have a look round, and I've now got a bit of space there. So then I got to decide which one do I go for. Now, silos in here, this isn't what we want. We don't want to be putting in a silo. I've got all sorts of silos here. But that's not what I'm after. Sheds is not what we're after either. There's no active sell points in any of these. I've got quite a few different ones. Farmhouses, global company is the stuff in the miscellaneous section. So I've got various selections of different things here. The only sell points that we've got are these ones here, which I like these, but I'm actually leaning a lot more strongly towards the barn. Even though the barn is going to cost us more, I'm actually leaning more strongly towards the barn. And that's going to, like, it seems more accurate, because that way you drive along the front of it to be able to tip stuff out, rather than having to go all the way into it. This is where somebody tells me, Frith, there was no sell point on the farm. I'm sure that was a sell point. Right there in front of the farm. I'm absolutely positively certain that that was a sell point. I think there were other sell points around, but I am 99% certain that that was... I like the idea of the black barn here. Look, see, that's the front of it, there. Baylor's Barn Deluxe Black Edition, and then White Edition. We'll go with the black one here, because that sort of looks more like something that you would get here in the UK. And the reason you would get something like that here in the UK is because the black is creosote. And we use quite a bit of creosote on a lot of different items. So, like, the black of the barn being creosote, that does kind of make a lot of sense to me. Now, if I put that, I'm going to put that one over there, so there's no way that we can get in between the sheds there with any vehicles. Quite happy with that, but going along the front of the barn, I should be able to reach the limits of that sell point if I put it right there. Okay. Barn placed. Let's go and have a look. It's not like eating it. It's not like taking up loads of grass and stuff like that. That's good. That's what I want. Let's go and have a look. Now, that cost me 50 grand. So we're going to have to pay for that, for the privilege of having this one back, but I'm quite happy to do that. We'll worry about grass out here some other time. I'm not going to worry about that right now. There's another thing that I want to do. We're going to jump into you. We're going to put you away. And I'll actually start fast-forwarding. Oops, no, I want to start fast-forwarding time with pressing number 8. We'll start fast-forwarding time now. We've done everything we need to do to get our field ready. So what we want to do next is we want to go to the shop. So we're over here. This is where I want to go. I'm right here. So now we have a sell point at the farm for bales and grass and all sorts. I want to go to the shop next. I'm going to visit the shop. I'm going to go over here. And I want to go to the shop. So you want to go to the shop. Right into the shop. There we go. And I want to go to self-propelled mowers, and it's this one right here. The Profi Hopper. This is something that we used to have. I think we've relived enough glory days just for a moment. We're going to take a breather. We're going to have a little bite to eat. And then we can get back to it, nice and refreshed, and relive a few more glory days. There should be some names coming up right now that you can have a look at. It's names of people who are in the Great Book of Names, people who have supported this channel, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.